seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? It's Cuts here, and Essam here, back in another video. And for today's video, we're talking about the Houston Texans. And the Houston Texans are having quite a few difficulties right now. Now, obviously, the regular season hasn't started, so there's no true difficulties. But this difficulties is more than just in the game, and it's a problem with the offensive line staying healthy. Rookie center, Juice Scruggs, has been placed on IR, so he's going to be out for the next at least 4 weeks. He can be activated after the next 4 weeks. And then, of course, Kenyon Green, he's going to be out for the whole season. So those are two starters right there, or two potential starters that are probably going to end up starting. They're going to be out for you. Titus Howard, his Week 1 ability is going to be up in the air as well. So that's another starter. The only true starters you have on this offensive line for Week 1 is Shaq Mason and Laremy Tunsil, barring anything crazy happening in practice. And I think that's a pretty big problem. And it's not to say that Laremy Tunsil is this super healthy guy either. I mean, for the most part, throughout his career, he's been pretty healthy. But he has had an injury here and there where it's kept him out a few games. I mean, mainly it was just one part of the season a couple years ago. That was pretty much the only major, I guess, thing where he was out for a while. But it's just to show that guys get injured, they go down, and you need to have the next guy up mentality. And the Houston Texans, the offensive line depth, I mean, it's decent, it's okay. But I think it can get much better by adding a particular guy. Now, this guy does have a lot of questions around his name. Talent-wise, I think he's a very talented guy. I mean, he's a starting capable guard at worst. I mean, he could be a better than average starter, I feel like, at left guard, or even wherever you want to put him on the offensive line, as long as it's not tackle. You could probably play all three of the positions, mainly like guard, though. And this guy is Dalton Risner. And Dalton Risner, there's a lot of talk about his name. Apparently, he isn't the best of teammates to guys. Apparently, he's not the best locker room guy. He's a little bit of a, I don't want to say cancer, because that's kind of a big acclamation to throw out without any hard evidence. But it has been rumored that he has kind of a little bit of a temper to him. I'm not sure if it's temper. I'm not sure if he's just immature. I'm not really sure exactly what's the problem with him. But it was just labeled that he's not the best of teammates. And, I mean, at this point, with the offensive line that you got right now, you expected it to be pretty good. You expected it to be one of the strengths of your offense as well with the running game. And that kind of went from a 10 to a 1 real quick due to the injuries, due to Kenyon Green being out for the season, Juice Scruggs being out for at least the next 4 weeks. Right tackle, Titus Howard, who knows when he's going to come back. Hopefully he's back Week 1, but it's still up in the air. There's no true return date as of yet. And I think adding a guy like Dalton Risner, he's a stable guy. Sure, the locker room thing may be true, but you do have guys in the locker room. You have leaders, player leaders and coaching leaders that can hopefully maybe turn him around. He is 28, so I don't want to say he's up there in age, but he's a little bit older. 28, not crazy old, but also is not young. But you have guys like Laremy Tunsil. I'm sure he would keep Dalton Risner in check for sure. Juice Scruggs is almost bigger than Dalton Risner. Even though Juice Scruggs is a rookie, when he does come back, I'm sure he would be one of those leader type of guys too. And I'm sure our offensive line would get him into check if he was to act out. And I'm not sure exactly what's going on with him, why he isn't signed. Some people say he wants a bigger deal than what he was expecting, or what he's been offered, that he wants more money on his contract than what teams have been offering. Some people say no teams have offered him at all because of his behavioral issues, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But I think he could be a potential boomer bust type of guy for the Texans. Now, for the future, what does this tell you? Because Dalton Risner is a starting capable guard. And here you have Shaq Mason at right guard. And you have Kenyon Green, hopefully, for the future. But if you sign him, then what do you do with Kenyon Green in the future? Do you just let those two battle it out? Do you let them two have a positional battle next offseason? Do you just automatically assume Dalton Risner is your starter and let Kenyon Green? I'm not sure exactly what you would do with Kenyon Green at that point, but there's a lot of questions to be asked if you even do sign him. But I think the biggest question is, should you even sign him? Yes, the depth on the offensive line is pretty bad. I mean, I don't want to say it's bad, but it's like pretty unproven. A lot of these depth guys that we have, it's their first year here. Shaq Mason and Juice Scruggs in the future, when he does come back, it's going to be their first year. And a lot of these depth guys, it's their first year as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of new faces, new schemes, new everything. I'm not sure if you want to bring in another new guy, but I don't know. There's a lot of questions to be had with this Dalton Risner case. Personally, I think I would at least bring him in, offer him a vet's minimum, see if he would come in for that, and if so, then great. And if not, then, I mean, you move on to the next guy. We did trade for, I think his name is Kendrick Green from the Steelers, and we also signed one of the undrafted free agents. I think it was either seventh round pick or undrafted free agent from Buffalo. We also signed or claimed him from waivers. So we did add a little bit of depth, but adding another guy who is talented by all means, like Dalton Risner, I mean, you can't go wrong with it outside of the locker room stuff. But yeah, let me know what y'all guys think down below in the comments. Again, me personally, if you would take a vet's minimum or a very low cap hit type of contract, then I think I would do it, because you need talent on this offensive line. You need to protect your rookie quarterback. You need to give Dameon Pierce and Devin Singletary running lanes, but it's to be determined. Again, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. But it's been Clutch City Entertainment, and hope you guys have a good day. Peace.